between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, we're off to Seattle for the 32nd and final home opener of the 2018 season. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah able to drop him for a loss of 4. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
He lets it fly for Lockett, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
That's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there. And he ended up coughing it up.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
All right, here we go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Wilson. And Lockett with a grab over the middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Penny, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. These are his numbers from last week's contest.
Done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, where they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Working out of the gun, Mayfield underneath for Johnson. And he goes out right around the 39. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
It's only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as they move the sticks again.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Mayfield on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match him?
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A first down throw for Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it second down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete. It's Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go now.
Mayfield now from the 50. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man cover.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. So we have reached halftime here, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
The third quarter begins with a run by Hyde. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Earl Thomas in on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go.
1st down, Mayfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Mayfield looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Mayfield with it once more. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Mayfield showing why he was the number 1 overall pick. He's got the Browns on the move. 1st and 10.
Now, check. Patriot.
They'll try and roll. This is Johnson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mayfield now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good reception. There, and the Browns on the march. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Green 39.
On second down, Hyde. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time? That maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. Yeah, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Here's a give to Penny. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they'll run it again with Penny. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw is Wilson, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now it's Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like...
And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just...
Knew even before they put the toe to the leather on that one. Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. That's Njoku over the middle. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Gets it to Gordon. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Here's Mayfield. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter?